Hello everyone, this is Mr. Jodrick and we're back for episode 3 review of Dragon Ball Daima. We finally entered the Demon Realm and so far it's a lot of fun. We got a little more information on how people get to and from the Demon Realm. The big fish looking guy is known as Sama, and he has relay points at certain planets to let people in and out. They also have to apparently be from the Demon Realm. As a side note, I really loved the little magic trick that Supreme Kai did on Goku to make his ears look pointy. But back to the relay points. We already knew that there were multiple levels of the Demon Realm, and it was interesting to see that only certain people can access certain different layers. I'm also wondering what all the other hatches lead to. Are they gateways to different universes? Timelines? What are they? I'm sticking with the theory that this Demon Realm is accessible by only people from Universe 6 and 7, because those were the two universes mentioned in the first episode. It could be completely impossible that the Demon Realm is accessible by anyone from any of the universes, but to me that just doesn't make sense, especially if each Demon Realm is supposed to have its own Supreme Kai. I believe they're called Mokaioshins, and each not Demon Realm, like Universe 6 and 7, is supposed to have their own regular Supreme Kais. It just wouldn't make sense if each single Supreme Kai from every single universe and each single Mokaiyoshin from every single universe. It would make more sense to me if they all had their own Demon Realms. Supreme Kai is clearly not trusting of Glorio, and it's quite clear that he seems to be hiding something. My guess is that the third king of the Demon Realm may be wanting Goma to be dead in order to take over. Maybe that's a little too insidious, maybe it's something a little more lighthearted, but there's definitely something he doesn't want to say because he was very vague about things when Supreme Kai was talking to him. That young Demon Realm girl, she looks like she's going to be a big part of this. I'm guessing since the ship was stolen, they're going to need some kind of guide to the Demon Realm, and it can't be just Glorio, so she'll probably be that guide if I had to guess. I'm also guessing she'll be a foil to Glorio, being one of the few, if only, wholesome characters in the Demon Realm. That's just my guess, I could be very wrong. She could be more like a Chilai who's a thief, but she's got a good heart. I don't get the evil vibe from her, but you never know, we'll find out. It was interesting hearing Supreme Kai talk about being in the Demon Realm, specifically how he was in the second world. It bugs me how it's implied that the Kais are from there as well, because, I don't know, like I said in the last episode, the Supreme Kais and the Kaioshins and all that, they're all supposed to be from the Kaiju tree, and their origin seems to be getting changed or Toriyama forgot. Honestly, it was never introduced into canon really, it was just things in guidebooks, I believe, in other interviews maybe, but I would really like to keep the consistency, but if that's how it's going to be, that's what it's going to be. It's not a big deal, it's just this is the way that I've thought about it this whole time, that they don't have gender per se, that they're just beings. They don't have romantic attractions until the Supreme Kai of Time from Xenoverse changed that with Bardock's, and now they have brothers and sisters, which, I mean, again, if plants having fruits that break off from each other, maybe brothers and sisters could be if they came from the same, like, little fruit plant thing and on the tree. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's kind of like, seems like it's changing from what Toriyama's original. There's also the chance that the Kaiju tree is from the Demon Realm and in the Demon Realm, which is possible. It's not the way I would have thought about it, because there was always supposed to be a separation between the Kaioshin and the Mokaiyoshin, but, you know, we'll see. Now on to the actual Demon Realm itself. It's quite interesting to see how it all works. The floating islands, it seems just kind of like earthy, like Goku noticed, but like with a little bit more of a touch of like what other alien worlds might look like, with floating islands from like Pandora and Avatar and such like that. The volcanoes that spew the gas feels like it was artificial. There's a lot of things in there that seem like it's been changed, and the Demon Realm's been altered over the years, from the gates to the volcanoes. The volcanoes could be natural, but I have a feeling that they're not. They're also very clearly a plot device for Goku. He has to adjust to his child body, and now this is yet another hindrance for him. So he's not going to be operating at his full capacity at 100%. So when he comes against a challenge, a real challenge, not just a bar fight, he's going to have to really struggle, which I'm fine with, because he's Goku. What other anime needs to nerf their protagonist this badly in order to give other evil bad guys a chance? If this was Earth and he was on full power, he'd just go Super Saiyan 3 and knock their asses out. But the gas is also important. Another important thing to notice, since this series has started, we haven't seen Goku transform, especially while he's in his child body. He has not used any ki in his child body besides flying, like no blasts, no instant transmission, no advanced techniques, no transformations yet. I'm going to guess they're taking a page out of GT's handbook, and that Goku as a child, or in his miniature body, whatever you want to call it, is unable to properly regulate his ki, and they haven't shown him using it yet because when he first does, he's probably going to struggle and probably not going to do it right, or something like that, and they're going to explain it that the gas is inhibiting him on top of him not knowing his child body. They're setting up these barriers for Goku to overcome, and I really like that as a progression for the story. I feel like at first, Goku might whip out Super Saiyan and the Kamehameha for a finishing attack, or it's like the big culmination of one of the early battles of the series, because it's going to be like, 26 episodes? So he's going to slowly be progressing. I've heard people talk about whether or not there's going to be a new form for this show, whether it's a demon form for one of the other characters, or Goku gets a temporary form in the Daima realm. I really hope not, personally. We have enough forms up the butt, and it also doesn't make sense because this takes place after Majin Buu, but before Super. So if this form exists, there's absolutely no mention of it. There's also no mention of this adventure at all, period. So maybe it was a mind wipe, or it was just such a short adventure, and it was such a short little fun thing for the gang that it didn't matter. But Goku's also prone to forget things, like when Frieza was brought up after so many years, he's like, oh yeah, Frieza? I forgot about him. He didn't forget, but it had just been many years, so we'll see. One thing I'm not quite adjusted to yet is that Goku, yes, he's in a child's body. In my opinion, he seems to be acting a little bit more childlike than his normal self. I could be wrong, I could be looking into it. I don't hate it, I'm just not used to it. He's not really that serious. He's a nonchalant character, but I've heard people say that Super undid some of Goku's character progression as being an adult and being mature. Obviously, he's always been aloof and a fun guy, but he's even more leaning to the childish stuff now, and that might be an effect of the wish, or maybe it's just the writing. I'm just going to need time to adjust to it again, because it really is like Toriyama just started Goku from where he was in Dragon Ball. That being said, he clearly can still kick ass like Goku does. The bar fight was great. I love the idea of our first Dragon Ball bar fight. That whole entire scene reminded me something you had to see out of a D&D episode of a medieval anime like a Skeleton Knight or Overlord, any of that stuff. It was just really fun. I really love the gringiness of the Demon Realm that they're starting to now show, that all the characters are just all the residents of the Demon Realm are just these not great people for different reasons. You got the people with the bow and arrows earlier that was attacking, now you got these scum at the bar fights who then went on to steal the ship. It's compelling because we're seeing a side of Dragon Ball we haven't really seen before. We have with the dude who killed the dog and all these other things, but these are real true demons, I think, and I like it. And on a side note, I really want to know what those burgers are made of, the hamburgers that were in the bar. First off, Goku seemed to love them, but when a bartender was like, you don't want to know what's in them, I just cracked up at that. And, I hope someone else out there tries to, visually recreate what the burgers look like, the hamburgers. It's weird that they call them hamburgers, not cheeseburgers, but maybe there wasn't any cheese. I thought I saw cheese, whatever. Yeah. Also confirmation, Goku likes hamburgers. I don't know if we've ever had that before. Quite fun. The topic of Goku and food, the whole farting thing was kind of funny because he actually, for once, seemed bashful about something that he did, where when he farted and they were like, oh, it smells worse than the gas in here now, or something like that. And first off, it's kind of hilarious with all the food that Goku eats, that of course his farts would be the worst thing ever, but it's funny. I love it. It's a small detail that I really love, because Saiyans just put in all kinds of food into their body, and for them to be as bad as a gas that makes the atmosphere thicker, maybe it's like a sulfur smell. I don't know why I'm spending so much time thinking about what Goku's farts smell like, but it's kind of funny. Let's be honest. Anyway, they left us in an interesting place for Goku and Co. to be stranded in the Demon Realm, and I'm guessing we're going to be meeting that girl character soon. So, yeah, we'll stay tuned, and next week we'll talk about Episode 4.